Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am excited, and here is why. Sounhound, Soun. We are up 15%. We did bounce off of this key level down here at under 3.7, and this is beautiful to see. This is the first time since way back in mid-March, the first time. So it took a month, basically a whole month we had to wait for this stock to retrace and find an area where buyers are going to step in big. This is probably the biggest candle. Yeah, this is the biggest candle in this downtrend. This is what we've been waiting for, guys. So get ready. Let's switch to the weekly. You'll notice on the weekly we did bounce here off of these supports at $4. And our next resistance is going to be 465 on the weekly at least. We switched to the monthly. Like I kept telling you guys, be patient, let it come down. Let it come down. It'll come down and it'll get cheap, and then eventually there will be cheapskates who are gonna go, wow, what a steal down here at $4 in this case. And we buy in and ride it up. Now, I'm not gonna chase this personally here, mainly because we do have resistance coming up at 490, 465 on the weekly. So, if anything, let me just switch over to the weekly real quick. If anything, like I said, look, 460, that's your resistance here on the weekly. So, if anything, I'm looking for a breakout play at this point, which we did. We did this. If you guys have been following this channel for a while now, you know I'm not kidding. You know I'm not joking. You know that this stock had multiple, and I mean multiple breakouts on the way back up. That's how the stock likes to move. Well, this gap is nice, but that's more of the Nvidia investment and hype. But either way, here we had a breakout, huge green bar. We retraced another breakout here, and we moved up to 10, and then finally the opposite happened, of course. But the most important thing is we broke out of this downtrend. We know now something we didn't know before. We know that 370, $4 under $4, this is where buyers like to step in. This is valuable information for me at least. Buyers step in here. It's important to know this stuff. That's why you don't just buy as it's as it's falling lower and lower, because you'll just end up holding a bag, and you just never know if it's going to come back for you. You don't. That's the truth. We can speculate all we want. We don't know. So the next best thing is just to wait to see where people are. Where are people gonna, bunch up their money? Really is what it comes down to. So we got weekly resistance. I wouldn't be surprised if we break this weekly resistance, go touch $5, and then push down from there. But yeah, daily resistance. So this is what I'm looking at, guys. This is just to give you an idea as to what I'm watching. So I'm looking for a breakout play at this point. But you can also wait and see if it comes back down to where the buyer stepped in under $4. Because buyer stepped in big. Yeah. I don't think there's any news. Was there news? I don't think there was news. Yeah, there hasn't been any news, so miners are moving. Everything's green. Nvidia's green. How green is Nvidia? Like I mentioned previously, always keep an eye on Nvidia because that one will determine how we move as a whole. It tends to be a market leader. Yep, we are bouncing. Look, Nvidia is going to retest 838.21. That's going to be a big level for Nvidia. So I would expect, and I could be wrong. Look, I'm not a genius, but I would expect if Nvidia is going to retest that level, then I would expect us to retest 460 to 490. And whether we get a breakout or not, we'll see. Because this is earnings. Yeah, we do have earnings coming out for a bunch of stocks. So there's just a lot to keep an eye on. But the market as a whole did bounce as well. QQQ was important that we bounced too. Some people are calling this just a bounce, but I mean these are strong green candles. Like sellers can't even. Where are the sellers? This is beautiful. This is what, like, I think I mentioned this. You guys can't tell me I'm lying to you. I mentioned this. I'm like, hey, the market as a whole is coming down, even Nvidia. So it's no surprise that Sound was going to struggle too. But I told you, hey, once things reverse, we should. I thought we would keep going down. Honestly, I thought we would, but it didn't, and that's cool. Look, fantastic. I'm not going to complain. Like, thank God the bleeding stopped, because now we have broken out of this downtrend, and we are looking for that breakout play around these levels. You want to be patient and buy down here again under $4 at around 360, 370. Then at that point, just sit back and wait if you think it's going to pull back. But overall, looking like we will be playing the breakout on this one. So if you're in the premium Discord, you'll get an alert. If you're in the free Discord, you'll get an alert too if I buy in the Sounhound. Again, uh, it's going to depend on how things move in pre-market tomorrow, and earnings for some stocks could affect the market as a whole. So, but yeah, keep an eye on Nvidia because that one's going to test that big level coming up. And yeah, so play the breakout, guys. If you haven't bought in, play the breakout. The next best thing, buy the dip again when it comes down under 370. That is it for the video. I do not want to keep you around too long. Uh, if you've been following this channel, we've been keeping track of this one for a while now. Since the run, we made a lot of money on these runs, buying in and out and playing the breakouts. And then here we waited for the stock to retrace and come back down nice and cheap. That literally is the game. You want to play the cycles, guys, and you want to have a strategy, set your stop losses. That is it for the video. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if this video helps you out in making your investment or trading decisions. I was wrong. I thought it would come down back to $3 to $2, but hey, me being wrong means we're going up. Think about that for a second. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one.